Well, it is September 12th, and the day has finally come. The Polymega is now officially released. And as someone who's been very, very critical of the product and the company, I didn't think that we'd make it to this day. But in fairness, when you criticize and you're mistaken, you got to come out and admit it. And I've certainly come out and stated multiple times that I thought the backers were going to get stiffed on this, that the company was probably going to go out of business. The narrative to get to this point is so strange and convoluted, it just didn't seem possible. But the console's been released, and I want to talk about 4 keys to success for the Polymega. Now, I realize that these are early hours. This is release day. Obviously, we don't know how things are going to play out with distribution and shipping. It's going to happen over a multiple-week period. But the console's out, and I want to talk about 4 keys for its future success. Number 1, and this is pretty basic, reliability. The console needs to function as promised. The hardware needs to be reliable. The UI needs to work. The operating system needs to work. It must be now the product that they advertised. We all know it was supposed to be FPGA, and then that went away, and they came out and they showed us a whole bunch of different features over the past year plus. So everything needs to be as advertised. And if you look at the influencers who got their consoles, that seemed to be the case. It seemed to be pretty reliable. The interface seemed to work well. All the features were as promised. But of course, now we're releasing it to the multitudes. So I think we need to see what happens when the larger user base is using the console on a daily basis. It's put through its paces. If it's reliable, that is incredibly important. And secondly, now that the console has been released, Polymega, the company behind Polymega, needs to do a complete rebrand. They need to completely change their image, rebuild their image after their constant stumbles. I mean, this is a company that the MO has been promise a lot of things, delay your product, and stop communicating with your customers for months on end. That all has to stop. They need to have a very consistent social media presence. They need to respond in a timely and accurate fashion to whatever issues might crop up. And if they make future announcements about broader releases or new features, it needs to happen when they say it's going to happen. If they can do that, I think you're going to see the page turn and people start to actually get interested in this console, at least within the target audience. Once they've proven their product's reliability, they've started to change minds about the nature of the console and the company, I think it's absolutely imperative that at the latest by the summer of 2022, all the backers, all the people that supported them, all the pre-orders from the early days through the Walmart debacle, those people need to get their consoles. And it should be, a very planned, strategic rollout. Here's wave 1, wave 2, but by the summer of 2022, everyone who wanted one of these and who paid for it needs to have it and be using it. That will, I think, kind of complete the rebrand, the reimage of the company. And if they can do that, then by the holiday of 2022, starting, let's say, on Black Friday 2022, this console will hopefully be widely available to anyone who wants it. Now, I'm not saying that you can go to Walmart or GameStop and pick it up whatever day you want it, but you can order it online. 2 weeks later, it's going to ship, and you're going to have it within a month in time for the holidays. I think that'll be the point, certainly for me, that I would consider it. It seems ambitious, but then again, this is not a PlayStation 5. This is a niche product. They don't have to produce millions and millions and millions of these. If they can just get their logistics in hand and create a process whereby any retro gamer who wants to try it out can get one within a month, I think, I'm not going to say that this company is going to skyrocket to success, but I think that they can then have a sustainable business They'll have an install base. They can build the platform that they're putting out there with the game store and things like that. And you could see this console succeeding long term in the sense that the company's not going to go out of business, the platform's going to be viable, and it's going to attract its target audience. So I'd like to see these 4 things happen. As critical as I've been, I do want to see this succeed, and I will pick it up once Stage 4 rolls around. And as the story develops, I will certainly follow it here on the channel.